Jimmy, I know this summer.
You know what's funny? I'm sitting in traffic. Well, I'm rolling in traffic, but I'm listening to 610 Jimmy Cefalo, guy I like, former Dolphin. I listen to his show fairly often, but I think he's just got it wrong on this whole thing regarding police brutality. He just did a little skit where he talks about alleged police brutality, and that the media is inflaming these things, and they're innocent until proven guilty, and that kind of situation. And I'm going, well, isn't it the same for my clients? Isn't it the same for everybody in America who's charged with a crime? That we're jumping to conclusions. Well, people are always jumping to conclusions. That's what the defense bar has been talking about for probably 100 years, is that people think that just because you're accused of a crime, just because you're charged by a police officer, that you're automatically guilty or you must have done something. Well, now that the shoe's on the other foot and police officers are being charged for police misconduct, for police brutality, what now we should say, well, we should look into all the facts and we should understand, and police just can't do their job if they're under such scrutiny. That's BS. I'm under scrutiny in my job every day. What makes a police officer any different? Well, if they hesitate, then they're gone. Listen, every single interaction that police have with citizens is not a gun battle, is not a shootout on the side of I-95. The vast majority are, there's a 911 call, there's an argument, there's a disturbance, perhaps that there's a car that people don't recognize, a little lady dials in for 911. People call the police for a multitude of reasons, way many, in my opinion, and I'm sure in their opinion. But it's not a battle every day out on the streets. Oh, I got to worry about who I'm stopping. Well, there's some concern, but maybe you should think about how you're treating folks, and then that the level of anxiety that you may have in doing the job would be suppressed. It kills me. You hear these people on the radio, and again, Jimmy Cefalo is just one of those guys that I like. I respect his opinion on so many things, but on this, I think that he's just joining the bandwagon, jumping on the bandwagon for folks. Oh, police officers need to be given, they can't do their job, it's a tough job. Every job's a tough job. If you're a janitor over at the high school, it's a tough job. If you're at the cash register at a gas station, it's a tough job. If you're an accountant, it's a tough job. If you're a dentist, it's a tough job. Life is tough. So if you're so scared in doing your job that you're going to pull out a gun and shoot a dog or shoot a person or beat the hell out of someone, unprovoked, well, you shouldn't be doing that job because you're not a good mental fit for that job. Not everyone's saying that every police officer is bad. Obviously, that's not the truth. People are people, and that's what everyone's forgetting. We always assign this higher level of respect for police officers. Why exactly is that? Where were we conditioned that a police officer is better than the average person? Because in my book, he's not. The average citizen and the average policeman are the same. They shouldn't be given an elevated level of respect. Why? Well, they wear the uniform. What does that mean? The cook, at the steak place wears a uniform. What extra level of respect are you giving him? The guy that works at 7-Eleven, he's in a uniform. What increased level of respect are you giving him? Well, he's saving people. No cop has ever pulled me out of a fire, right? That's what firemen do. No cop has ever rushed in and saved me. I mean, maybe they've saved you. Listen, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, right? But why are we giving this increased level? I'm not saying that we should decrease the level. I'm just saying that everybody is the same. People are people. So people who wear uniforms make mistakes. I'm not saying that even an officer who violates someone's rights, who batters someone who's involved in police brutality, I'm not even saying that guy's a bad guy. I'm saying that guy's having a bad moment, and that moment deserves to be punished. Just like when people talk about criminal defendants, when an individual commits a crime, maybe he steals something, maybe he smokes some weed, maybe he gets a DUI, that doesn't mean that he's a horrible person, that he's going to hell, that God's not going to forgive him, that he doesn't do wonderful things in our society. It means that particular act. So, a lot of people are seeing these, I'm talking out a lot about police brutality lately, and people think, oh, I hate police. No, I don't hate police, because I don't hate people. I do hate particular acts, but if an officer does something illegal, I don't think that he's a piece of garbage. I don't think that he's, lower than dirt. I think that perhaps he's a good person, just like many of my clients who may have been involved in a bad situation, in a bad act. Should he be a police officer? No. That's what I'm saying, folks. But it kills me every time I'm hearing these things, and there's certain people in the media, are jumping out, and they're just blindly defending police officers. I'm not saying that you should blindly condemn police officers. I'm saying look at the facts. When you have a video and there's a guy standing there and he's in handcuffs and he's being stunned, with a stun gun, or he's being shot when he doesn't have a weapon, or he's on 95, 2 weeks ago, the gentleman who's broken down on the side of the road, and an undercover comes over and shoots him. Oh, he had a gun. Well, is that the purpose of having a firearm? Why do we have concealed firearms? It seems like police officers think that nobody except them are allowed to have a firearm. That's just not the case, folks. Right? We have a Second Amendment right. That amendment right allows us to bear arms. So I don't know why they're doing this. I don't know why the legislature said, well, let's have them hide them, so then you have to be scared. What if you just wear them on your hip? That doesn't mean that we're going back to, the 1860s and the Wild West. It just means that everyone's aware, and police officers should be a lot more aware that folks are allowed, besides them, are allowed to have a firearm. So anyway, I'm Attorney Roger P. Foley. I'm going on about this situation, and I'm just hearing day in and day out. Have a good day. Tell me your thoughts.